Try that minigun!
Reinforcements incoming.
What's up, agents? It's D Werewolf Gaming, and I'm back with another Division 2 video. All right, guys, today we got an amazing build to showcase that I really enjoy using, and I think you guys will too as well. Overall, this is a gun, to me, I feel like this gun isn't used that much in this game, primarily because of the stability and the recoil on this weapon. But overall, it's an amazing weapon in my opinion, and I enjoy using it. This gun can take out bosses pretty quickly, as you will see in the gameplay. Guys, that will be melting rogue agents and also taking out just regular name NPCs as well pretty quickly. Basically, the goal of this gun is it's the talent is what really makes it stand out. And the name of this weapon I'm talking about, guys, if you're not familiar with it, is the Merciless rifle. And basically what it does is it fires on a binary trigger. The weapon fires on a trigger, pull, and release. If both bullets hit the same enemy, you gain a stack. At 7 stacks, shooting at an enemy deals 500% increase in weapon damage and creates a 7-meter explosion, dealing 500% increase in weapon damage and consuming the stack. So overall, guys, and it's pretty easy to know whenever you're going to be able to take advantage of the talent, because there's an indicator on the right side of the gun when you're firing that shows you how many stacks that are building up. Overall, it's a fun gun that's designed to take out bosses, and I really enjoy using it. Lately, I've been playing with the rifles again because I haven't used it much this season, and I thought it was time to pull out the rifles again. A day ago, I did make a video showing the Virginia rifle. So if you didn't get a chance to check that video out, guys, I do recommend you checking that one out as well. But with that being said, guys, I'm gonna let you finish watching the rest of this gameplay. Then we will go over the build breakdown. And then for those of you who enjoy watching the gameplay, guys, stick around. I'm gonna give you a little bit more gameplay after we go over the build breakdown. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you for your valued time and continued support, especially those who always have something positive to say, guys. It really means a lot, and I really appreciate each and every one of you.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Guess I have to take care of your sorry ass before I can get the key up.
All right, agents, as you see in the gameplay, this gun literally deletes bosses in seconds. And a lot of times I try to show builds without the modifiers being on, but overall, guys, I've shown this build before. This build worked even without the modifiers. With that being said, the star of the show is the Merciless. The core stats, as you can see, is 250.56K with an RPM of 400 with 34 in the magazine. Now, I do have some stacks for the Memento backpack, but we'll go over that shortly. Headshot damage at 93% with optimal range being 35. Now, keep in mind, I do have a weapon expertise of 30%. So if your watch level isn't at least 1,000 and you don't have a weapon expertise of 30%, you will not be doing the same amount of damage that I am doing in this video right now. All right, the core attributes are fully maxed out, and that third attribute is damage, 10% damage to target out of cover. Their accuracy is pretty good. All right, the talent that we was talking about previously, guys, is called binary trigger. And this weapon fires on a trigger pull and release. If both bullets hit the same enemy, you gain a stack. At 7 stacks, shooting an enemy deals 500% increase, 500% amplified damage, and creates a 7-meter explosion, dealing 500% increase in weapon damage, consuming the stack. The mods that come on this gun that you cannot change are 15% accuracy, 10% reload speed, 15% increase in weapon handling, and 15% increase in stability. This weapon can be obtained in any open world event. I definitely recommend you play on heroic content to be able to obtain it. And guys, just set your targeted loot for rifles, and you can do the countdown, you can do the summit, or you can even do the priority to objectives. And hopefully RNG helps you get this weapon if you don't have it. All right, your secondary and your primary and your sidearm didn't really matter, didn't really use it much of the gameplay. All right, so we did go with 2 pieces of the Zoo set for this particular gameplay, guys, and 2 pieces gives you plus 15% increase in magazine size and plus 20% increase in rifle damage. The core attribute is weapon core, and the middle attributes we was going for either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. All right, so we did wear 2 pieces of the Providence set as well, and 2 pieces gives you plus 13% increase in headshot damage and 8% increase in critical hit chance. The core attribute is a weapon core, and the middle attributes, again, we was going for either critical hit chance or critical hit damage. The talent that they put on this chest is Intimidate. While you have armor, you gain 1 bonus armor, basically gain 1 stack, each up stacking up to a max of 9. Each stack basically increases weapon damage by 4% to enemies within 10 meters. So when you have all 9 stacks, you'll be up to 36% increase in weapon damage, and you have to be within 10 meters of the enemy to take full advantage of this benefit, guys. All stacks are lost when you don't have any bonus armor. All right, so I did with the holster, the Providence holster is the second piece. I did have an armor core attribute with the attributes we was going for with critical hit chance and critical hit damage. All right, for the knee pads, it is the name Overlord set, the Fox Prayers. And I do have it automatically gives you 10% increase in rifle damage. And I do have a core attribute with the middle attribute being 8% damage to target out of cover and 6% critical hit chance. That 8% damage to target out of cover comes automatically on these knee pads. All right, for the gloves, it is the second piece of the Zoo set. It is actually the name version that's called Eagle Graphs. And basically, guys, the core I do have a core armor core attribute, and the middle attribute is 15% increase in weapon handling and 6% increase in critical hit chance. That weapon handling is what's special about these gloves and comes automatically on these gloves. All right, for the backpack, guys, I did go with the Memento backpack. Felt it was best in slot for this build, but there are other options if you don't have this backpack. Primary thing about this backpack is that you get all 3 cores, which is a weapon, armor, and skill tier. And I do have an expertise of 12%. With the attribute I did use was a 6% critical hit chance. The talent on this backpack is called Kill Confirm. Enemies you kill drop a trophy on death. Collecting those trophies provides both a short and long-term buff. The first of which scales with the number of cores you have equipped. For each red core, you're going to be getting 5% increase in weapon damage. Each blue core, you're going to be getting 10% increase in bonus armor. And each yellow, you're going to be getting 5% increase in skill efficiency. For every trophy collected, you're going to gain additional plus 1% weapon damage and skill efficiency. And also, guys, 0.1% armor regeneration for 300 seconds. When you get the max of 30 stacks, you will have 30% increase in weapon damage and skill efficiency with 3% armor regen. Overall, amazing backpack. Really enjoy using it. There are other backpacks that would have worked great. Some of the talents that I would recommend if you go for the Vigilance talents, which increases total weapon damage by 25%. But keep in mind, if you take damage, you lose the buff. The Unstoppable Force. Also, guys, each kill increases weapon damage by 5%, stacking up to 5 times. So that's 25% increase in weapon damage when you do have the stacks. And each kill refreshes this bonus. So overall, this is another great option. If you wanted to go for a little bit more survivability, you could have used Bloodsucker talent, which basically killing the enemy adds and refreshes stacks of bonus armor. That was one option. And also the Adrenaline Rush. And then what the Adrenaline Rush talent does is basically whatever you get to within 10 meters of an enemy, you gain bonus armor, which stacks up to 3 times. All right, so each version I did show you was the perfect version, guys, but the regular versions work just as well. I did felt that the modifiers work great in this build, guys, and as you can see, I did use the Salt Link And by now, most of you know what this does, but what it does is your firearm attributes are set to tier 5. For the duration of the ability, you gain plus 5% increase in weapon damage for every non-red core. The attributes are frozen and are multiplied by 4. Your passive modifier values are also multiplied by 2. On activation, allies within 25 meters are granted a boost to their firearm score, and the modifier's duration is increased by 3 seconds for each ally nearby. Once the effect ends, all attribute scores will go back to their baseline value. The duration of this is 25 seconds. It does have a 60-second cooldown. First passive modifier I did use was multitasker. Multitasker, while at tier 5 in all attributes, you receive 7.5% increase in weapon damage, 85,000 max armor, and 1 skill tier. Like I said, I did actually use the extra pattern, which you gain plus 5% protection from elite per blue core while at tier 5 in stamina. And also, I did use Loaded Up, which 25% of your critical hit chance value is added as critical hit damage while at tier 5 in firearms. All right, for the skills, guys, we did go to the Crusader Ballistic Shield, because with this build, you do want to be up close with these enemies, guys, to take full advantage of the Intimidate talent, which gives you increase in damage as long as you're within 10 meters of those enemies. I did use the Striker Drone, really enjoyed this, just to draw the aggro, guys, and it does do a little bit of damage as well, but you could have went with the Reviver Hive or even the Banshee Pulse. All right, so let's take a look at the weapon stats. Overall, guys, as you can see, critical hit chance is 64%, and that is because I do have the modifiers on. I did have 110% critical hit damage with a headshot damage of 93% when using the Merciless rifle. All right, guys, so let's go over the armor. The armor I did have is right at 1,491,289 with 149,129 armor on a kill. 0 armor regeneration, but whenever you do get your 30 stacks from a Memento backpack, you will have 3% armor regen. All right, so let's take a look at the class specialization. All right, and guys, we did go with the gunner specialization, but always use whichever class specialization you prefer. But every third reload is 50% faster. Your armor kits repair 100% of your armor and also grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. All right, guys, killing enemy also grants 10% armor on a kill, and you will also have access to the Banshee Pulse, which launches a forked arc of pulse energy that disorients enemies caught in a wave, and it also penetrates through cover. All right, you also generate 10% of your total ammo capacity every 60 seconds, and the rate of fire is increased by 5% on kills for 5 seconds. Remember to equip the correct weapon element to get your bonus and 15% increase in weapon damage, because it can make a difference in your build. All right, guys, if you like the build, let's give it a thumbs up. Thank you for your value, time, and continued support as always. Really appreciate each and every, especially those who always have something positive to say and those who take time to give a thumbs up. At the end of the day, guys, it really means a lot. All right, stick around. I'm going to show you the rest of this gameplay. I hope you enjoy the gameplay. D-Werewolf out.
Let me guess. Short rations.
This is a chance to wipe out the hyena leadership in one decisive blow. Get in there and hunt them down. Every last one of them.
Smile, asshole. Sending out our team.
We're set up in the mall. They're not getting through here. Don't die, motherfucker. Still there, sweetie? Hello? Fuck. Everybody get yourselves ready. This situation is serious. What's going on down there? Diesel, are you dead too, you inbred son of a bitch? Everybody get to the arena, now!
Airborne toxins at unsafe levels. Filters failing. Air filter function restored. Air quality acceptable. Airborne toxins at unsafe levels. Filters failing.
Taking these hits?